Travis, an in-state kid, a Timpview kid, an in-state game that goes right down to the wire. How long did it take you to bounce back from that? Have you bounced back from that?
You know, that's a tough loss. And anytime you lose to a rival like that, a great team, you know, it's going to be tough to bounce back. But yeah, we right after we lost, you know, it's time to move on to the next game, you know, and learn from the loss we just had. So we met up as a team the next day, and we've, you know, gone over to watch the film, and now we're getting ready for Air Force.
What did you personally learn from that game?
Not to really, you know, take anything for granted. We were up a little bit going in the third quarter, up 9, and, you know, a few plays here and there, they got some momentum, and the leads slipped away from us just like that. And after that, we had a tough time recovering. But, you know, just finishing the game, which I know we'll do later this season for the rest of our games, you know, finishing in the fourth and the third quarter.
You had 2 3-and-outs, up 23-14. I thought if you scored then, the game would have been over. What happened on those 2 drives? What went wrong?
You know, great job by Utah. Not taking anything away from them. You know, their defense stepped up and played great. We just didn't execute on third down when we needed to. We had earlier in the game, and you know, so we watched film and we've learned from it. And I think moving on into the future this season, we'll do a lot better in those situations.
You have a larger role this year statistically. You had 5 catches for 107 yards in the first game. You had 12 for 143 all of last season. Now, part of that's rolls and snaps and the quarterback looking at you. What's changed for you in the last year?
You know, just hard work and just you know, believing in hope. You know, I've worked extremely hard this off season, and you know, we have a great receiving core, and you know, I couldn't have had the game I had without, you know, the quarterback, my linemen, and the other receivers around me. You know, it helped open me up, and Chucky put through some nice passes. But you know, I've been working hard, and I'm not coming off of a surgery like I have the last couple seasons, which is nice. And so I've been able to really, you know, train how I wanted to going into fall camp this year.
Okay, there's a lot of numbers that matter to wide receivers. You know, 10 catches in a game, 100 in a year, 100 yards in a game, 1,000 in a year. But an underrated stat, 21.4 yards per catch. Look at you, Mr. Big Play. You're getting down the field.
Yeah, you know, anytime the ball's in the air downfield, I like to take pride in trying to catch it every time I get my hands on it. And so, you know, anytime I go deep, that's one of my favorite plays. You know, you got to go up and get that. It's an exciting play and a big play for the offense.
So you've got the Mountain West Conference opener at Air Force next week, and you watched Air Force's opener. Give us a scouting report on the Falcons.
You know, they came out a little slow, but they're a great team. You can never overlook a team like Air Force. They're awesome. They came out, and in the second half, they really gave it to Colgate, you know, putting up a lot of points, and their defense stood strong, you know. So they went on a nice run, and they're looking good. And it's always tough playing them at their place, you know. They're a very disciplined team. They work extremely hard, and they've got a lot of talent, you know. So I'm really looking forward to playing them. It's going to be a tough challenge.
You know, I think it will be a tough challenge. I saw so many great Utah Air Force games and some good BYU Air Force games back in the day. For 30 years now, they've run this option, and one thing they do is they can keep offenses off the field a long time. What can you guys do to stay mentally tough? So if for 20 or 25 minutes real time with TV timeouts and a long drive and all that, you're not on the field, they can knock you out of rhythm just standing on the sideline. How do you combat that?
Exactly. As an offense, you know, when we get our opportunities, we got to take advantage of them as far as putting points up on the board, because that's a team, you know, if you don't put up a lot of points and they start to run that clock down, you know, it's going to be tough to win against them because they have a great defense and they control the clock really well with their offense. So, you know, if we can put up some points, you know, I think we'll be very confident going into this game. So we got to really game plan for them this week and come out with some big plays.
You grew up watching BYU and Utah in the Mountain West, and now you're with the Aggies, and they're moving into the Mountain West. What does it mean as a local guy to be playing in that conference when you went to Utah State, you probably didn't think you'd have a chance to do that?
You know, it's great. It's a great conference. It's been a great conference since I can remember, since watching as a little kid. You know, it's a big step for this university, and it's been a lot of fun, you know, seeing all the, you know, movement with the conferences during the off season. And you know, I feel, you know, excited to be a part of such a great conference, and I'm excited to really compete in it this season and see how, you know, things unfold.
Travis, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Good luck at Colorado Springs. We will all be watching. Travis Van Leeuwen, Aggie wide receiver, join us right here on Talkin' Sports.
Thanks for having me.